Welcome to Happiness Adventure. On this channel, each week we share a conversation about cultivating real joy in your life. And since relationships are so important to our happiness, in this bonus series, my friend Dr. Jenson, who's a great speaker and scholar, is going to be sharing with us his 12 steps for resolving conflict. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to Happiness Adventure. I'm Lisa, and together we'll explore ways to cultivate real joy in our lives.
Ever had a broken relationship that just would never heal? Maybe it was a father or a parent who did something to you inappropriately or just simply didn't pay attention to you growing up, or maybe it was a conflict in a marriage relationship or with parents or children or co-workers, and they just never got resolved, and over time feelings started to harden. Well, the 10th step in dealing with conflict is one of the toughest and yet one of the most important, and it's called seek and grant forgiveness. That's a hard thing to do, but it's critical. And there's two parts to this. If you've offended someone, seek forgiveness. And by that I mean go to that person and apologize. And here's how I would do this. I would go to the person and try to be very specific and say these 4 things. I was wrong to have done this, and I'm sorry. Number 2, I'm sorry I did this and caused you to feel embarrassment, hurt, shame, whatever it might be. Thirdly, I'm going to work hard not to do it again. Don't say you'll never do it again, because you might, but I'm going to work hard not to do it again. And please help me. Let me know if I get close to doing anything like this again. And then fourthly, will you forgive me? And then you be quiet and let the person forgive you. You say, well, what if they don't forgive me? Well, if they don't forgive you, that's their issue. It's not your issue. You do your part. I'm a big believer in we focus on the roots, doing the right things for the right reasons, and we let the fruit take care of itself. And if you're a person of faith, you let God take care of it because you believe God will bless you for being obedient to following the truth. So if you've offended someone, ask for forgiveness. That's hard to do. It's embarrassing to do. The more you do that and follow those 4 steps, the less number of times you're going to offend people, and you're going to be well down the road, and you're going to building back the right relationship. So seek forgiveness, but also grant forgiveness. That's as important, if not even more important, because when we don't forgive, we become embittered. And someone has said bitterness is like taking poison and hoping it will kill the other person. It doesn't kill the other person, it kills you. It eats away at you. So you want to deal with forgiveness. And I believe, by the way, we need to forgive unconditionally. People say, what do you mean by that? I mean, you need to forgive instantaneously and unconditionally. Now, forgiveness isn't the same as trust. If someone's violated your trust over time, they may have to re-earn that trust, but you can forgive them because forgiveness is what's going on inside of you. When you forgive, the reasons you ought to forgive are these. Number 1, it's the best thing for you. As I just said, bitterness is like taking poison and hoping it will kill the other person. It's eating away at you. It's killing you. So you want to let go of that. You don't want to be a slave to a harmful thing someone else has done in your life. So let it go. Number 2, it's the only way to restore relationships. And if there's bitterness there, you'll never be able to resolve conflict and be able to come together at a heart level or even at a meaningful level. So it's the only way for relationships to start moving forward. And then thirdly, you need to forgive others, because think of all the things you've done to mess up like I've done. I've made so many mistakes. I've done so many things wrong over the years. I've offended people. I've made poor decisions. I've hurt others. I've certainly offended God, and yet I know that others have forgiven me, and because I'm a person of faith with a personal relationship with God, I believe God's forgiven me. And I hope that's true for you. But the bottom line is you need to know that that when you forgive, you liberate people. And you ought to forgive simply out of humility and appreciation for the fact that so many others have forgiven you so many times for so many screw-ups you've done, just like I've done. And boy, if we would remember that, we would have a lot more grace or kindness or giving or generosity in our spirits toward people. So remember to forgive, to grant forgiveness, and also to seek forgiveness. That's step number 10.
We just heard from Dr. Ron Jenson about step 10 in his 12 steps to resolving conflict, and it's seek and grant forgiveness. In the comments section, let me know, what do you think is harder for you, to seek forgiveness or to grant it? Before you go, subscribe to Feed Your Happy with a bite-sized video each week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time for our happiness adventure.